Okay, you guys, I am here to review Spectre. Word of note, if you don't want to be spoiled, even after almost a month since this movie has been out, skip ahead about 60 seconds, because I do believe that's about as much time as I need to explain the plot of what's going on here. So, the plot of Spectre revolves around James Bond going after a sort of, but not really, accident he caused. He gets basically suspended from the 00 status and goes on the lam after he gets a cryptic message from M about somebody from his past that he has to go find and kill. That leads him to Blofeld, the head of Spectre, and the one that's been behind all the things. These last 4 movies that we've seen were all from Spectre, and now he's trying to disavow basically the 00 status of people with a secret agent of his own within the 00 status, basically taking over their organization from the inside, kind of like what Hydra has done in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've waited for 3 years to catch another James Bond in theaters, and I must say Skyfall is still the better incarnation. Spectre is a good movie, but it's not a great James Bond movie, and I'm going to explain some of its faults. Usually I don't nitpick on movie run times. This movie is only 2 hours and 28 minutes. It drags because Spectre is kind of boring in a lot of places. Even after all the well shot action sequences and all that stuff, there's a certain part in this movie where it just slows down completely, especially to a point where they gotta explain the newest Bond girl in here. She is by far the worst Bond girl possibly ever, besides Halle Berry's character. I think I like Halle Berry's character more in Die Another Day than I do the Bond girl in this movie. She can't act worth a damn, and she really doesn't do much. She's just there to look pretty, fuck Bond, look pretty, get captured, look pretty again. Oh, and get captured again. That's typical. The one thing I do like about Spectre is, yeah, they do the typical Bond thing. They have the typical Bond entrance where he comes walking on in and shoots the camera. But what I like about this, they put a little bit of another spin on his drink. In Casino Royale, he asked him how does he like his drink. He said, I could give a fuck, basically, or I could give a damn. In this movie, he finally orders his vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. Guess what? They're out. And he shakes his head in utter disappointment. I'm like, yeah, I'm beginning to like this place, because everything has not been going right for Bond since he got there, pretty much. So that was just the icing on the cake, and I kind of got a laugh out of that. Because the one time he asked, he should have gotten this drink right, he didn't give a fuck. Now he wants it, they don't have it. That's funny. The irony from that part. Like I said, the action sequences are well done. Daniel Craig is still one of my favorite Bonds out there. Okay, I think I'm gonna have a top 5. Did I have Bonds yet? I don't think I have a top 5 Bonds video yet. I think I was waiting until after I seen this movie to get the top 5 Bond video. But I will have one. I'm still in the writing stages, because the last 2 are the pain in the asses. Even though I kind of think I know who I might pick. That's my number 1, but I want to make sure. Anyway, the bad guy in this villain, for those of y'all who now came back for the not spoiler section, he's okay in this movie, but just like my top 5 list, I believe I had him at number 3. I think he was number 3. And here he's there but he's not menacing enough. Javier Bardem's character was much more menacing in Skyfall, even though he worked for this organization as well. So it's kind of weird that for the last 3 movies, all the villains have been good, but when we finally get to who's behind the villains, in the 4th movie, the last 3 villains were all excellent villains as opposed to him. And then they throw the obvious tropes in here of who the villain is. So like, oh yeah, that's that guy now. He just don't got the thing on his face. An accident happens. Or not really an accident. Bond does it on purpose to get out of, to escape. Oh, now he has his trademark look. Oh, okay, sure. I'm not hating on this movie. It is too damn predictable. On the other hand, I do like Dave Bautista though. Dave Bautista is another one of the bad guy's henchmen. Doesn't say a word throughout the whole movie except shit, kind of, when him and Bond is fighting one last time on the train. I think that was his only line in this entire movie. Dave Bautista doesn't have to say anything to prove that he's a good actor. I like the way he does things. He knows he's not an actor. He knows this. This is not his wheelhouse. He's just happy to do it. So if he doesn't have to say anything, he won't say anything, and he does a great job at doing that, at being the big brooding bad guy that we've seen in the last 24 Bond movies and such over the course of 50 years, you know. To be fair though, this is the weakest Daniel Craig movie, but at the end of the day, it's still the worst James Bond movie ever made. Okay, I have not hated any James Bond movie except the original 1967 Casino Royale. That was shit too. Spectre, on the other hand, is not terrible. It's just a little bit disappointing, and it's coming from the same guy who directed Skyfall. Tying up all the loose ends in this movie, that should have been the icing on the cake. And you're like, oh my god, it all makes so much fucking sense, which it does. Getting there is the toll it takes on you, because it takes so long for that little payoff. Such a big movie for that little payoff, but at least the action sequences get you there. At least you're still in it to win it, because it's not horrible. It's not horrible. I just wish it was just that little bit more. If they probably would have went through one more script rewrite, I would give this movie an A+. But because they stuck their ground and gave us what we got, I will give Spectre a B. Not bad, just a little disappointing. But it's not disappointing enough where you don't have to see it if you haven't saw it yet. I still recommend seeing it for the benefit of putting the last 3 movies to front and center, pretty much. Because this movie is the backbone of those last 3 movies, pretty much. It's what kept those 3 movies alive. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about Spectre down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I shall see you guys in another movie, which is not so good, if you get my point. Anyways, I'll see you later.